Quick disclaimer that by bugs, I mean the phylum arthropods, so bugs, insects, and spiders. Also warning that this video is quickly paced and to ask questions if needed. All of the animals shown in this video will be encompassed by the phylum Arthropoda or arthropods, which contains the true bugs, insects, insecta, and arachnids, arachnida. For the first section, we will be talking about grasshoppers, katydids, and crickets, which fall under the order Orthoptera, and how they operate. First off, we can find many types of grasshoppers hidden within such a small amount of grass. I managed to count up to about 70 grasshoppers within 3 meters of grass. You can get many types of grasshoppers, some small and some extraordinarily large. There are a few types of grasshoppers that seem to be different, but are actually the same type of grasshopper. With all of that being said, let's talk about some of these grasshoppers. If you've ever walked through a field in the summer and heard a wall of sound, you've met Orthoptera. This is the scientific order that includes grasshoppers, katydids, and crickets. The name comes from the Greek word orthos, straight, and pteron, wing. They all share 3 superpowers. Big back legs designed for jumping, chewing mouthparts called mandibles, and the ability to make music, though they all do it a little differently. First up, grasshoppers. Think of these as the day shift. They love the sun and have short, stubby antennae. How do they make that shuffling sound? It's called stridulation. They have tiny pegs on their back legs that they rub against their hard forewings, kind of like running comb over the edge of a table. Pro tip, if you want to know if it's a grasshopper, check the ears. Their ears, called tympana, aren't on their heads. They are located on the sides of their abdomen, right under their wings. Now, meet the night shift. Katydids and crickets usually have antennae that are longer than their entire bodies. Katydids, these are the masters of disguise. Most look exactly like green leaves. They sing by rubbing their wings together to create their sound. Crickets, these guys are usually brown or black and live closer to the ground. Interestingly, both of these groups here with their legs. Their ears are tiny slits located on their front shins. All orthopterans use biological springs before they jump. They lock their legs and store energy in a protein called resolin. When they release it, the energy is discharged instantly. So that is how the order Orthoptera operates. Now that we've finished with Orthoptera, we can move on to Coleoptera, or beetles. Beetles belong to the order Coleoptera, the largest group of organisms in the animal kingdom. Their evolutionary success is primarily due to their specialized anatomy, specifically the elytra. These are modified forewings that act as hardened shield, protecting the delicate hindwings and the beetle's soft abdomen from environmental hazards and predators. This armored design allows beetles to exploit habitats that softer insects cannot, such as abrasive soil or tight crevices. While many associate them with garden roles, some species are highly predatory, using powerful mandibles to hunt. From a biological standpoint, the sheer diversity of Coleoptera, occupying nearly every ecological niche, makes them the most successful structural design in the history of. Next, we will move on to spiders, Arachnida. Spiders belong to the class Arachnida, a group often confused with insects. However, arachnids are defined by having 8 legs and 2 main body segments, the cephalothorax and the abdomen. Unlike insects, they lack antennae and wings, relying instead on specialized sensory hairs to detect vibrations in their environment. A defining feature of spiders is the production of silk from organs called spinnerets. This protein-based fiber is incredibly strong and used for hunting, protection, and mobility. Most spiders use chelicerae, or fangs, to inject venom into their prey. This allows them to liquefy tissues for consumption, make them vital predators that control global insect populations through high-precision biological management. Finally, we will move on to the more miscellaneous section, where there were not enough images collected to group the insects into their own sections. This will include moths, butterflies, dragonflies, some true bugs, and a mite. To understand insects, we must look at their specialized tools. Order Hemiptera, the true bugs, are defined by their piercing, sucking mouthparts. Unlike beetles that chew, hemipterans use a straw-like rostrum to extract fluids from plants or prey. In contrast, order Lepidoptera, containing butterflies and moths, focuses on transformation. Their wings are covered in microscopic, overlapping scales that create color through light. While the adults primarily consume nectar to fuel flight, their larval stage caterpillars are specialized eating machines designed for rapid biomass accumulation before metamorphosis. Order Diptera means 2 wings. While most insects have 4, flies converted their hind wings into halteres, small knob-like structures that act as gyroscopes for advanced aerial stabilization. Mosquitoes. These are specialized dipterans, where females use serrated mouthparts to pierce skin. Midges. Often mistaken for mosquitoes, many midge species do not bite and serve as critical biomass in aquatic food webs. Houseflies. These utilize sponging mouthparts, secreting enzymes to liquefy food externally before ingestion. Moving outside the insect class, we find the arachnids. While spiders, order Areneae, are famous for their 2-segment bodies and silk production, their cousins, the mites, are often overlooked. Mites are among the most diverse organisms on Earth. Unlike spiders, many mites have a fused body structure where the cephalothorax and abdomen are nearly indistinguishable. They occupy every habitat imaginable, from deep soil to the pores of human skin, acting as decomposers, parasites, and predators. To recap the structural diversity of these groups, Coleoptera beetles use elytra for heavy armor, prioritizing protection over flight agility. Orthoptera, grasshoppers and crickets, use resolin-powered hind legs for high velocity. Escapes, jumps, and tympana for acoustic communications. Arachnids utilize chelicerae, fangs or mouth parts, and 8 legs, lacking the antennae found in all insect orders mentioned. Whether it is the straight wings of the grasshopper or the sheath wings of the beetle, these anatomical blueprints allow arthropods to represent over 80% of all known animal species. Each order is a masterclass in biological engineering. Thank you for listening to me speak about the insects of Africa. If you have any questions, please feel free to bring them up. I would be happy to answer.